Right, we're back.
Yeah, we're back, and right now we are jumping into the semifinals.
Semifinals already of Esports Arena 5v5 Vainglory tournament for the month of February. And the champion for this one will take home 20,000 pesos.
And right now we are seeing two teams. THEFARANG versus Thanatos Esports. I mean, that's almost close to my name, Fang.
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 I thought that was your team.
Yeah,
You're
it's
the
my team,
sponsor.
actually. Just kidding.
Farang. Alright. So here we will start the match.
Yeah, we'll start the match. So meanwhile, we really can't see the picks that they're picking. So
Yeah.
why don't we tell them how they can learn more about MeSA?
Oh, so you can learn more about MeSA. Like you're watching right now at twitch.tv/MeSAofficial. You can also check our Facebook page, that's Mobile Esports Arena. You can just search it out. And our Facebook, for our YouTube page, you can check all the replays, all the previous events, MeSA Invitationals last year. You can check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/MeSAofficial.
Actually,
I think we'll
just a background, I was looking at the tier of these players. Both teams, Thanatos Esports and THEFARANG,
THEFARANG.
I mean, they're VG10. I think that's Vainglorious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the average tier for both teams. So you can just really tell from that this is gonna be competitive.
Yeah, I think this will be possible back and forth match. If we will base on their experience because they're Vainglorious.
Yeah, they're Vainglorious. So we're also probably gonna see mirror picks here. I mean, we're gonna see a Samuel. We might see a. And I'm hoping to see a Black Feather.
I'm still hoping for the out of meta picks. Saw like Pin.
Yeah, like a Finn, or I want to see a Flicker actually. I mean, Flicker has so much potential, but of course, I mean, it's so hard to pull off a Flicker in a 5v5 match.
But he can actually, especially there's a lot of bush and the updated Fog of War. He have also a potential. Add to it is a decent from another roaming support, like with the likes of like Koshka or let's say Rona, for example, or it depends. It depends if someone who can really chase and lock down and give decent crowd control.
Well, we'll most likely see a Koshka here. So here we are seeing the picks here, and again, no Koshka for me this time, but we are gonna see that glaive.
Yeah.
Though.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw the show matches for VG8, Glaive was like the most picked hero.
Besides from being tanky and having sustain, he deal a decent amount of damage.
And that
in
afterburn
1v1s.
though, that afterburn really can,
exactly
disrupt the whole team.
Seeing the picks, seeing the other side of picks, there's the Ringo. I don't know if they will go for a weapon power or the nerf crystal power.
I think it's gonna be most likely a weapon power Ringo. So we're gonna see a CP Vox because they have Rona here, Razimea. Surely is gonna be a weapon power Rona.
Oh, also a weapon power. No, not really. This is a crystal power. Right. So Thanatos Esports with the lineup of Samuel, we have a Glaive, Vox. This is a Alpha and a Fortress. Meanwhile, the Farang, I'll just say it. They say it on a very decent accent. The Farang. That's a Razip Maya and this Rona, and we have Arden, Fortress, Vox, and the usual Ringo.
Yeah, right now we are just having some problems here with the connection, but I'm pretty sure the in-game is ongoing.
Yep. I just thought they just stopped.
Yeah,
Stopped
they just
for
was like,
some reason.
this?
Wait a second. Oh, what's happening? All right, so let's explore some of the part of the maps while waiting. The usual choke points is really the tri-bush between the supposed to be in the bot lane and the top lane. If they group up at the same time, especially there's a Rona. Rona can really execute a Spinaroonie inside of it.
Yeah, but also, I mean, you have Megamind here. I mean, he's gonna try to pressure the mid with that afterburn, and we're gonna see Vox there. I mean, Vox is very defenseless early game, so most likely we are gonna see that Mega Man circling in the mid the whole time.
And also Alpha. It can really be a game changer.
Yeah, we saw Senior Pedro's Alpha a while ago. I mean, it was the standard breaking point Serpent Mask. So you can really see a sustained kind of Alpha here, a weapon power Alpha.
And yeah, as we talk about, there's the Vox. Can really be a possible game changer, especially how he clears the wave and everything.
And I like how Ezret actually picks up a flare in the item set. I mean, not actually the
best
pick. I mean, you have a Scout Trap in the early game, so you would only need to flare up during the mid game or late game when you're actually exploiting the Fog of War.
Yeah, like early on, you want like a little pressure or a little more advantage to vision. Like when the enemy jungler or enemy team will invade you. It also depends on the gameplay, though.
Well, comp-wise, I mean, for me, Thanatos Esports has a really good composition here. I mean, you have a Vox, you have a Glaive.
Yeah, Glaive.
Most importantly, and your Glaive is gonna eat up that Ringo and Vox.
But let's see how the other team do counter picks it. Especially they have a Rona.
Yeah, especially if we're able to do last game, we saw I am Poggy with that Grumjo, even though they lost. That was a very excellent rotation.
Yeah.
So
I hope to see that again.
Yeah.
Hopefully with the Glaive. Like Glaive is really mobile. He can really dish decent amount of damage, like on the regular 1v1 basis.
Meanwhile, once again, I mean, Alpha for me is Senior Pedro is the person who's gonna carry this game. I mean, if you're dealing against a Ringo and a Vox late game, I think Thanatos Esports has to finish the game as early as possible.
Yeah.
Because Glaive is gonna lose some steam, just like what happened to the last games I am Poggy with a Grumjo, right?
Yeah.
So strong in the early game, but later lost some steam during late game.
They just need to cooperate. Like, don't leave anyone behind. Well, what happened before is if you remember the Black Feather only sitting on the top lane. It's good if he's pushing some turrets.
And I actually want to see a Black Claw push. I mean, the games that we watch were so fast that
under 15 minutes
they
there's
didn't
no Black
even
Claw.
give enough time for Black Claw to actually land and actually watch him like swipe away those turrets down.
Actually, there's one game, but they didn't take Black Claw anymore.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, Ghost Swing is starting to be the more favorable. I mean, she lands at the 6th minute, very convenient, versus a Black Claw in the 15th minute.
15 minutes.
It's like a nice to have. Like you're winning and you want to have a Black Claw.
Or if you want to turn things around. And all right, we're back.
And we're back in game. And again, 3-1 Thanatos Esports.
All right, so 3-1, the courtesy of Thanatos Esports. That's 3,000 gold advantage. And let's see, all the turrets is still intact. And here we go, chasing in the mid, the river. And Mega Man is trying still to engage it. But there goes the backup.
Oh, Mega Man has to be careful there. Meanwhile here,
X Quadra almost beat down on that one. Stephen
is getting chased down with a 3v1 here. He has no chance at all to survive there. Meanwhile, Senior Pedro here.
Senior Pedro is one of, I think, yeah, absolutely you're right. Probably Senior Pedro will really carry the game here, especially if he can really insert himself besides Vox or besides Ringo.
Again, as I was saying, Mega Man now has 3 kills. Because as we were talking about, he really utilized how he can gank in the early game.
Actually, I like the skin of I love the skin of Vox. Like you're shooting shurikens.
There we go, just in time. Ghost Swing lands on the Rise here.
Do you think Mega Man can possibly solo this Ghost Swing?
Mega Man, I don't think so. But the hero that can solo is Rona, which is Razzie here, coming in from the Farang. I mean, I've done it. I mean, I play Rona. I like Rona, and I can solo Ghost Swing when I get the items.
Like probably using Rona.
Meanwhile, Mega Man is looking for another gank here, but Razzie, Rona is not the kind of hero you want to gank. She can just jump in and out. Meanwhile, here Ezra, the 3 players are gonna regroup at the bot, but will fail to do so. Meanwhile, Stephen has to be careful.
The Crystal Trend, they're trying to contest it. However, they push
That was
Quadra
a wrong
out.
after burn there.
And Reza and Quadra, meanwhile, Razip is in the there's the spin. Rudy is in trouble here. Senior Pedro, down goes X Quadra. Meanwhile, Razil dice push. A double kill for Senior Pedro. And Scorpion is a bit trouble. Triple kill.
Triple kill coming in from Senior Pedro. As we mentioned, Senior Pedro with that alpha. A really good pick. If there was a pick and ban, I'm pretty sure THEFARANG would have banned alpha.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially in the 3v3 that the map is now complex. Alpha is now a threat.
well here, Joshi
Solo kill.
brings down Kibo. A mirror pick for both of them now. Meanwhile, Reza's gonna go for that. Meanwhile, this Ghost Swing though, unattended by THEFARANG here. Do they know that they're actually
Oh, he sent pack of wolves there to scout possibly. Senor Pedro is now going to help. So this goes
since gonna go down without any contest from THEFARANG here, and there goes the buff.
That's an easy buff.
Now that's gonna give Joshi Su some sustain here.
And also some barrier. They need it.
Yeah, Reza won't be able to jump in that easily now. Meanwhile, Megamind here is in the bot.
Like you're right. I want to see Black Claw this time, especially with that team composition and how they will possibly end the game early.
And we'll hear Scorpion is gonna go and rotate up. Joshi Su has to be careful, but Quadra here, they won't be able to displace Josh C here.
Quadra is just going there. Hey, I'm here.
Megamind, they have to be careful with Megamind right now. He has a weapon buff and the buff from Ghost Swing here.
He's now a threat, and Reza is a bit trouble here.
Megamind kinda hesitated in that moment, right? I mean, he could have dived in and killed off Reza.
Exactly, and Megamind is not hesitating now. Nice push.
But a good pick instead, getting that hard carry. Quadra
and Scorpion.
Will
just go down.
It's gonna go down. One more hit for Megamind. But it gets pulled out. Meanwhile, Megamind.
Nice engaged by Megamind. Another one for Megamind. Let's see. No. Just summoned 5 wolves.
And meanwhile, here at the bot, Senior Pedro takes down that turret. Like Megamind is stuck in the middle. Sandwich. One more hit, and he is gonna die there.
He's not really saying, and the weapon orb will go.
Bit of overextension there from Megamind. Meanwhile, in the mid once again, they are gonna take this turret without contest. Stephen X with that Samuel, very effective. Boxing out Reza and leaving Ezra the job to finish it down. Meanwhile, at the bot,
it's still 9-4. I'm going to see updates. Senor Pedro already.
Senor Pedro with a 1v3 here. We saw it a while ago with his alpha. He was doing 1v3s, and that's what he's doing until now.
Like we are not looking, and then 2 turrets has been down.
Yeah, and Ezra here is gonna go and help Stephen take this crystal, or will he be able to?
Alright, they got the crystal.
Scorpion actually gets it instead. The Hellbrew Fire.
And Scorpion with
that gauntlet was so beautiful, but there was no follow-up.
Alright, Razilmea. Let's see what we'll do this time. There's this spin. The red mist. The Quadra is definitely will go down. Same also Scorpion. However, Razilmea will try to run for now until Ezret chase him up.
We have a showdown here. The wait for it actually brings down Reza here with his fortress. Meanwhile, the push is so easy to bring down right now.
Like as a team, they're really doing the burst damage type of.
While that's all happening, Senior Pedro here focusing on that bot turret. Meanwhile, the mid turret goes down as we expected it to be. Meanwhile, how will they deal with Senior Pedro? Again, a 1v2, but Senior Pedro, every time that happens, he just goes back. And when there's no more attention to him, he goes back to his lane and pushes.
A really wise move by Senior Pedro. Especially if he didn't see the pressure already.
There goes the Ghost Swing there. It's going to be an easy pick for Thanatos here.
Especially if they want to finish it early, they need to do so with this dragon over here. That will give them additional generation. Ghost Swing. Alright, so that would be 14-4 in the scoreboard. Thanatos Esports still leading, also with a gold lead. And
that's a huge gold lead. That's about 11k.
11,000 exactly. How will your team, the Farang?
Yeah, the Farang, how they do this. I think it's just really how the rotation of Thanatos here. I mean, it's really excellent. I mean, they know where exactly they have to be. Meanwhile, the TheFARANG, they've focused too much on bringing down Senior Pedro that they've left the other turrets exposed.
And meanwhile, that one, he sent the Wolves to grant vision temporarily on what they're possibly the next move.
Yeah, actually here, Razzie with that Rona, I mean, he's the one who's supposed to bring this team to victory. I mean, Rona can deal like 1v3, it's gonna be so easy for him. But
alright, Megamind
Kibo goes down. But again, Megamind is really playing a huge role here, as we expect from a Glaive pick here.
Yeah.
And they're really finishing it early game, as we mentioned. I mean, Thanatos has to finish this as early as possible.
Another gold secured by the team.
Megamind here, so committed to bring down this threat. And even a 1v2, and Reza is gonna fall down.
Senior Pedro.
Senior Pedro is
boom, boom, boom.
Bringing his A-game here, and he's gonna go for that. Senior Pedro still has overload here.
And
he doesn't have to worry, he can overload here anytime. There he goes. They have to be careful. Josh Isu is waiting for it.
And here we go. That will be another kill. Oh, especially he also went down.
And if you see there, Rona can actually deal the damage against Senior Pedro. All he needs actually,
someone who can suppress him.
Yeah.
It's like, how can they answer back? Especially, possibly they knew already what to do. Josisu.
Ooh, Reza here really committed to bring down Josisu here, but will he be able to? And he will.
There you go.
And there goes the middle right now. The heat map is in the middle, and Thanatos will try to bring it down.
And they might take note of Megamind anytime.
Ooh. Blue fire block. Perfect block there.
There we go. Hero killed. And I think they're getting it on when to engage or when to not engage. But with the Megamind here, another push. Ooh, that damage, and Megamind will also go down. Another kill, and Ezreal is.
Can be patient and just wait for Black to land. And it's gonna be much better for them. Well, here they have to stay back. I mean, they're lingering for too long in the middle turret here.
So I was thinking, do you remember the games that? Alright, meanwhile,
Senior Pedro is gonna go for that 1v2, and it looks like the two teams are gonna go for a 1v4 next time.
And then, alright. So what will happen?
And again, most likely we are gonna see a 1v4 for Senior Pedro here. I mean, he has a breaking point.
Yep, he can really
he has a serpent mask.
He can dish a amount of damage. The thing is the overload. In case the overload pops up, and the follow up will go correctly, they can turn the match around.
Also with a build of Quadra here, if you saw it, it was a spell sword.
Yeah.
And the monocle right after. I mean, that's kinda strange. Because if you're going for the spell sword, you might as well have went for a Sorrow Blade.
Yeah.
But then, or maybe an attack speed or tornado trigger. I mean, you have a spell sword that doesn't complement well with a monocle, which is a crit item.
So really depends on how you build it. Maybe for me, if you want to build sustain, just build sustain. Don't really go for another one that will mess up possibly your build.
And also they left Senior Pedro to get fat in that bot lane.
Yeah.
And he never left it. We never saw him go to the fountain once. He waited
really
for the shop.
He is really wise on that one. Like if the heat on the bottom lane goes down, he will just push it again, and then they will just go back up and then go again.
And they were able to meet the win condition. Again, we said Glaive, Megamind with that Glaive had so much responsibility to be able to secure the ganks in the early game, and he was able to do so. That gave Senior Pedro so much time to actually farm in the bot. Meanwhile, all the heat map was in the top and in the mid. The whole of the TheFARANG actually forgot about the existence of the bot.
Yeah, and also the rotation of Farang. It's okay. It's okay on like the early stages of the game. In the mid game, they are mostly crumpled, and
Although,
they focused on Senior Pedro.
And yeah, I mean that was during the mid game that they focused on Senior Pedro when they realized that he was dealing so much damage against the team. But I think it was Rona who was very underwhelming. I mean, she was that hero who's supposed to match against an alpha in this kind of matchup. And we saw their builds, it's almost the same. You have a Serpent Mask and a Breaking Point.
Yeah.
Very identical. But, Senior Pedro had a better support. I mean, he had that glaive. But then both teams also had a Fortress.
Yeah, Fortress. Maybe really utilizing the Fortress to their advantage of skirmishing and
yeah,
chasing.
I mean, Thanatos Esports knew exactly when to send those wolves out to actually chase them down. Meanwhile, it was a bit of a mess from the Farang. They were just like going for it and very random. Meanwhile, here it looks like you didn't see the game actually finish, but
I'm not
if
sure.
you saw the last frame there, it was actually.
I think my prediction is correct.
Yeah, it's Thanatos Esports who actually took home the bacon there. I mean, it was so easy. We saw Senior Pedro going for that 1v2. Maybe he pulled off a 1v4 and actually ended the game.
Yeah, usual follow-up from the rest of the team. I didn't know what happened. Who won? Let's see. Do you have any?
Yeah, most likely it was Thanatos Esports who won that
bout. Probably Thanatos Esports. The one possible 1v4 situation that I'm talking about earlier. In that time, Fortress is in, and then Glaive is still out of the picture. I think he's still in the response in that time, but they can just push it up directly.
And again, I mean, this game is an all pick, so there's no bans. I mean, it's all pick, so you might think it's easy because there's no bans, but it's actually more. It's also hard in its own. In its own respect. I mean, it's an all pick. You can pick anything you want, so that might give you an idea. No, I can just pick this comfort picks. So you have to, but you also have to think on what the other team is gonna get.
Yeah.
So you have to predict in such a way that your pick is not just a counter pick, but it's just not a comfort pick, but also a counter pick.
And also, based on my experience, I really hate mirror matches. Like I'm thinking if this guy is better than me, or how will he do it, or if he know my weaknesses, something like that. I really hate mirror matches in general.
Yeah, I think one of the problems with an all pick is teams might actually just veer towards going for comfort picks because no one's stopping them.
Yep. Like in usual in other games, for example, of course I will pick my comfort pick, but in the competitive side of the other competitive side, how will you comply to that possible the character, especially how will you comply and how will you compensate to the team? For example, I'm a mobility top laner, for example, like let's say Samuel or Jewel or something like that. How can I comply to the team, especially if the rest of the team is also a comfort picks? Like, still team composition is really vital, especially if you're still all pick. Doesn't matter it's tournament, the usual tournament draft or the usual drafting phase that you have to ban 1, ban 2, something like that.
Yeah, that's why I'm all picks good, but next month pretty sure we are gonna have that double ban.
Yep.
5v5, a bit more trickier. I mean, I was just like looking at how it works. 3v3 was already complicated. 5v5, what more?
Alright, so is this already the second game?
Yeah, we're going for the second game here. All pick. And again, Thanatos Esports leads the game at 1-0 against the Farang here.
So how will Farang answer back? They will possibly pick Glaive now. They can possibly pick Koshka.
Yeah, they can get like
Grumpjaw, something.
No one's stopping them from picking an excellent jungle. Koshka.
But I really want to see Churnwalker.
Yeah, Churnwalker is also good. And also the one stopping the Farang from picking Glaive.
Yeah, Glaive.
A Black Feather. I mean, there's so many options that they can pick on and actually form a good composition. And Aegis also.
Can really dish decent amount of damage. Doesn't matter if it's weapon power or ability or crystal power.
And again, as for Thanatos, I mean, these guys just really exploit what works best for any given match.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think they're in for the comfort picks. They're just picking the right heroes for the right situations.
Yep. Like, they still think about it like, who will enter, or who will backline, who will sustain, or who will chase, something like that.
Yeah, that just shows you that Thanatos, I mean, they have a really good hero pool knowledge and what he. I mean, the thing about veering towards comfort picks is probably because of a very limited hero pool.
Yeah, Thanatos is really complex in their picks, to be honest. Like, let's say Senor Pedro is really sticking on this comfort pick, which is Alpha. It's effective. Like, you know your role, you know what to do, you're sticking in your game plan, unless the other team knows it, and let others do their jobs.
And yeah, and again, no one's stopping Senior Pedro from picking Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha.
So we might see an Alpha once again. And
There
just
you go.
imagine it. I mean, given that Thanatos Esports proceeds to finals, and then Elite 8 also proceeds to the finals, and that's going to be something else. Meanwhile, here we are going to see those picks.
There you go, Senor Pedro with another Alpha pick.
Ooh, and the Grumpjaw this time around, it's not a glaive anymore. They're going to mix up a bit. And we are going to see these two beasts, Fortress and Grumpjaw again.
Another Grumpjaw. This is Megamind's Grumpjaw. Let's see
Meanwhile,
how.
at the top, though, the Farang is actually going to go for that Jewel and Sky. This robotic, robotic powered heroes here.
Alright, so anytime soon we'll get in the Sovereign's Rise. Supposed to be Halcyon Hull. I want Halcyon Hull because
The
it's
Halcyon
full.
Hull.
Alright, that's a corny joke, but whatever.
Meanwhile, here, I mean, if you look at it late game wise, Thanatos Esports has all the advantage in the world, just as I see it. I mean, you have a Samuel, you have a Vox, and you have that weapon power Alpha by Senior Pedro. Meanwhile, for the Farang here, it's a bit of a mix. I mean, you know, I really can't say for sure what kind of approach they're going with his picks. I mean, you have a Jewel, you have a Samuel. I mean, this is very AoE oriented, right?
Yep, they can delete anyone that crossing their path.
But let's see how they are going to react here. Are we going to see an early invade here? I think we might see an early invade here coming in from Ezret there. He's going to go and try to gauge if he can, but I don't think they're going to go.
5 additional gold for that Scout Cam destroy. And let's see how they can manage to play some visuals and how to rotate well. And
Here, Megamind and Senior Pedro. I think they are going to give that weapon power to Megamind. Ooh, Senior Pedro.
Senor Pedro.
Got it.
They will just leave the top.
Again, this is what I was saying. As I said a while ago, I mean, you have to share this gold to actually, you know, have more gold advantage. There goes the 160 gold. Meanwhile, here, Sky has that weapon power. I mean, he could have went for a CP, but a Sky weapon power is also good.
Well, it really depends on how they need it, especially if they need someone who will skirmish well and will goes well with Alpha.
We heard Kibo Kiseki in the mid trying to babysit Razzie here, but that damage though from Megamind is just crazy. Meanwhile, Razzie here, as a Samuel, it's gonna be so easy and mobile for him to get out.
In the early stage of the game, Megamind already deal decent amount of damage.
Ooh, Megamind there, really.
That's the first blood.
Disastrous there for the Farang in the middle, and Kibo Kiseki has to be careful. They can just jump in and kill him. Meanwhile, here at the top, Senior Pedro.
Yeah, like I'm saying earlier, if you're on the blue side of the map, the bot lane is the safe side. If you're on the red, the top is the safe side. That's what Thanatos Esports is doing right now. They're just letting Senior Pedro in the safe lane do everything in under his job, farm and be fed, and in the late game, he will just destroy anybody.
Yeah, meanwhile here in the middle, we are gonna see a Samuel mirror match here.
Two Samuels. So
Razzie has to be careful here. There's no scout cam to actually. Oh, actually, there's a scout cam that actually, you know, hinted off that they are there, and he has to go back to his turret.
They didn't mind the scout trap, maybe because of the duration left.
Yeah.
But I think just to scare Razzle at that point, to like like hug his own turret for the meantime.
Here, Reza. Stephen here is backing down. He sees all of them there. Meanwhile, Scorpion here competing with that jungle.
Alright, so I'm also thinking of Reza here, how we'll do it. Meanwhile, Kibo is just receiving a decent amount of damage from Josu and Ezreal. And the top side, Wadra will just jump out.
Oh, he's gonna disengage with that. Meanwhile, here, Scorpion. Ooh, actually, this is a better pacing for the Farang here. I mean, they're having so much leeway to actually farm. I mean, it's not the same pressure as Thanatos Esports gave with them with that glaive.
And now they're trying to skirmish Scorpion here, but maybe he had the mobility that needed to escape. He had that poke that he really needed, that trading ability, and the proper support or proper captain to keep him company. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, that damage! Razif instantly his life.
And again, you have to be careful once more. Megamind is lurking around here, waiting for his next
target.
Yeah, his next food for the day.
Alright, they will just the usual laning phase still. The first Ghost Wing will be spawning in
about a minute and 20.
And let's see how will they complement, or how they can keep up.
Meanwhile, here I'm actually I like the idea that the pace is just right. I mean, it's not like a while ago. I mean, it's like back and forth.
Like they're taking their time, not really rushing everything, not really dive and everything.
And this is so good for the Farang though, for the team Farang. I mean, they have so much time. Megamind is gonna dive in, but he has to be careful. Reza is right there, and Kibo is gonna dive in.
Ezreal is inside, and I don't think they will win this fight because of the sudden dive.
And again, Megamind kinda unnecessary to dive into that, causing him his first death. And the first kill for the Farang here. Meanwhile, Senior Pedro is right on that top.
And meanwhile, Senior Pedro is just reading blows.
And I like how Reza actually goes for that aftershock. So it's really good against Senior Pedro here.
Look at the damage! Instantly became half.
Ooh,
and then it's the aftershock.
And he's gonna explode. Oh, will he make it? He's gonna make it.
He's gonna make it, and additional damage will be dealt, but he will not make it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that Serpent Mass yet to actually give him some sustain.
It's like they knew what to do already. Oh, there we go. One last blow. When we are looking at Ezreal is in big trouble here, still dealing damage to Scorpion. However, one more hit.
Scorpion almost pulled off.
Alright, Kibo still got the kill. So a double kill. That's a 4-2. The Farang versus Thanatos Esports. Meanwhile, the mirror match in the middle lane.
Yeah, that's so complicated against like Samuel versus a Samuel. We're gonna be dancing around, hitting.
Alright, the Oblivion, the advanced Oblivion will not really compliment that one. They're just poking to each other. Let's see. Let's see who is the better Samuel is. Meanwhile, Stephen, I'm glad.
Reza here is gonna go for the jump, but before that, he brings down Razif.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
I must say that was a good fight. However, Razif used the Oblivion really early. Like he predicted that Stephen will just jump in and use his projectiles or something. He's too advanced.
Meanwhile, here we see Joshi Su pick up that alternating current, the first of his CP item.
I really like the choice of CP item here, the alternating current. But it really depends how will you outplay your current laner.
Oh, Scorpion getting ganked once more, and he is gonna go down with one more hit there.
They just give the kill. They just give the kill to Ezreal.
And Reza here has to be careful. He's lingering too near.
There goes the wolves. Let's see. They will dive this down. Kibo, on the other hand, Megamind doesn't mind. They will
Megamind actually prioritize what's more important, that weapon buff.
Alright, meanwhile here, Razif is also in big trouble here. There goes the heal. Megamind is too overextended.
Megamind once more. A bit greedy right there.
But Stephen will just poke here. Let's see. Reza gladly obliged with the aftershock.
Reza has the aftershock, so he has to be careful. But if you just saw what happened, Reza just ate down Stephen there, and meanwhile Ezreal also goes down.
That was an 8-5.
Right now, Reza's investment to the aftershock, it's really paying off.
Yep.
He's picking up like 5-0 right now.
I will not say that is the smartest thing to do, but it's effective, especially if you want to deplete the health easily of some Samuel.
Meanwhile, here Josh Isu has no idea at all that
They will take
Ghost Wing is getting taken down, and
they will take the first Ghost Wing of the game.
Right now, it's looking really good from THEFARANG here. Very opposite of what was the
last time.
The last game.
I'm really enjoying how THEFARANG just keeping the pace.
Yeah, it's a very steady pace, taking their time, and actually it's just because of their picks. I mean, the picks that they chose can actually sustain the lanes.
Exactly. And in the other hand, Megamind slightly slacked off in this game.
Yeah, it's not the kind of Megamind we saw, but of course, I mean that's what Grumpjo is actually. I mean, it's hard to pull it off, so you have to keep roaming around. But we don't really see Megamind roaming around as much as he was during that time he used Glaive last game.
I think they will just keep up with Senor Pedro in this one. Meanwhile, here possible 2v3. They just send down some wolves, and they are going to send the wolves on their own. And I don't think Senor Pedro is really keeping also the fates on the top lane, but there's go the Serpent Mask already.
Meanwhile, in the mid here, Thanatos Esports is gonna regroup. They want this turret down right now. Meanwhile, the same thing is gonna go for THEFARANG here.
The Oblivion, it's dodge, and the rain from above. Ezreal just blocked the rain from above.
Megamind has to be careful. Don't overextend, because right now Quadra is here joining the Rise in the middle.
He can push the red button at any time.
Meanwhile, here Senor Pedro will once again do what he does best: farm in the top
and possibly push top lane.
Yeah, push top lane Quadra. Meanwhile, there's gonna jump jets there.
They just don't mind.
They're gonna go on for this one. He has to be careful. He's very exposed right now. Senor Pedro can't take him down very easily, but they are gonna back down. The turret is what matters most for them.
The big red button.
The big red button not doing so much damage. Meanwhile, Razif is gonna try to go up, but it's not gonna do anything.
Even though the score is 8-5, Thanatos Esports is just keeping up the pace. Not really. The gold advantage is just equal.
Yeah, just equal right now. Meanwhile, in the middle, Reza is gonna go very aggressive against Joshi here. Kibo with a Vanguard to Razif. Meanwhile, Scorpion might circle around mid and try to pick up a kill here. Or will they not?
Right, they must be careful here not to overextend. There you go, the rain from above is now wasted. Let's see how they will answer back. Megamind is just on the side lane, ready to strike at any time. Ooh, the damage!
That damage though.
Alright, Reza is just going inside of here. No, that was a Megamind. Megamind just jumped in, and he is now down. Ezreal, however, there's the got into the big red button. Perfectly executed. Steven, however, starts running in. Another kill for them. 4-1 in favor of THEFARANG.
This is a very beautiful gauntlet from Kibo. And right after the gauntlet, Quadra pressed that big red button.
And it's a perfect precision of the big red button. And as we can see now, Reza, he's now have a Storm Crown on top of the Aftershock.
Right now, he has all the advantage here.
It's not really the typical captain that we see before that equips with supportive items. He's now like more dependent on his damage, his burst damage, so his team just can follow up.
Well, here, I mean, Thanatos here still has a chance here. As I said a while ago, they are late game guys here. I mean, you have an alpha weapon power of Vox, CP, and the Samuel here. Meanwhile, I mean, THEFARANG has to put the pressure now. As I mean, they have to put the pressure now because they have the advantage.
you just need time. Don't really rush, because the thing here is the gauntlet will really destroy your momentum, especially what happened earlier. Like Gramcho really risked in diving under the tower to munch someone, but it didn't happen.
Meanwhile here, Thanatos Esports is gonna disengage and focus on farming here. I think they're banking on the Black Claw here, which is gonna come in 90 seconds.
I didn't notice that it's already been 40 minutes already. To be honest, I didn't notice. maybe the complexion of the game. It's steady. It's steady in everything. And with
Yeah,
the time,
that's true.
and the time goes by, the time goes, and THEFARANG noticed the mistakes Thanatos Esports has made. They just took advantage of it, like in the mid game and the mid lane earlier.
Ooh, Scorpion actually goes down there.
This may be their turning point as of the moment. Stephen, however, he dodged the Oblivion, but that doesn't mean that he is safe. Too much mobility, but he is so tanky, and he will still go down courtesy of Stephen and Ezreal.
And Kibo here will actually be able to put it down, and he will be able to put it down. That took quite some time. And Razif here has to be careful. That's three. It's a three-man sandwich for him there, and Razif not really a good idea, but
that damage though, and a shutdown.
Meanwhile, Ezreal there is gonna go for it, but no, that's not enough. Stephen has to go back. They have to go back here. They don't have the damage.
Nope. They will supposed to be. They will not commit this.
Stephen, persistent here. That's such a bad idea, and he falls down with the help of the turret.
It's really persistent.
It's a very bad call for him, but meanwhile, Senior Pedro is doing what he does best. A turret and probably a kill to Scorpion here, and there goes the kill.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Let Senior Pedro do his job, back up, go back up, and there he goes again.
And yeah, Senior Pedro is gonna take a quick shot here, and he is looking like he's gonna get that. Ooh,
here's another healing trap.
Aegis instead.
Yeah, but that's an early Aegis. Alright, so they're now grouping
the
up.
Black Cloud. They are
ready to strike the Quadra. Quadra face checks! A wrong place to face check! He just jumped inside! And, yeah, X-Quadra will just go down. Razi, oh, they would jump Razif instead! Reza is in the inside trying to engage to Joshi, and a double kill.
And again, that's when we thought that THEFARANG has the advantage. Thanatos Esports
take advantage.
Proves us wrong and actually gets all the momentum back there. And Ebo is gonna die. Ooh, he got eaten before he could jump to the gauntlet spot.
And Scorpion, oh, a long!
Senior, that's a bit long for a prime directive there, but he survives with his heroic perk. Scorpion here, will they find Senior Pedro? Ooh, almost there, close. But then again, they are gonna refocus on the turrets.
Megamind.
One more hit, and there goes the pick. Ezreal here, kind of a suicidal move, but he will survive anyway. Meanwhile, Josh is kind of having some problems right there. And the Valve is standing, and we are also having some problems.
That's what he's supposed to say.
Meanwhile, Black Claw is the name of the game in this match right now. 15 minute mark, and right now Thanatos has all the advantage.
Like, it's a turning point. Like, the game is back and forth, as we can see. Earlier, Thanatos is ahead of the game, and then THEFARANG took advantage of the mistakes earlier, and they got some lead. Now, Thanatos is now picking one by one.
And they did the same mistake. I mean, they left Senior Pedro once more, left that alpha to get fat and push.
Especially he's dealing a decent amount of damage right now. Earlier, like, he's not really part of the clash. He's the only one that's not part of the four-man kill.
So while THEFARANG was actually picking off kills from mid to bot, they actually forgot. What was still missing was actually the attention to Senior Pedro.
They left Senior Pedro in the top lane, even though it's massacre in the mid already.
And again, I mean, but the game can still go either way. I mean, the Black Claw is up there for a contest. All that THEFARANG has to do is actually contest it and maybe try to steal it away.
Yeah, so the Dragon's Wrath is now one vital thing to them.
And they have to be very aggressive now. As we mentioned, Yes, and as we predicted in the late game, it's really gonna be Thanatos who's gonna who's gonna hit their spikes.
The what I'm thinking is now in the game phase is now really toe to nail or to the tooth. I think this is the time to call the dragon the Black Law.
Yeah, and the Ghost Wing as well.
The
I mean,
Ghost
that's
Wing.
like it's gonna be so easy for Senior Pedro to clear, for example, for Thanatos the Ghost Wing. Meanwhile, the rest of the Thanatos can go for the Black Claw,
And then they can go all mid.
and they can go all mid because as we saw a while ago, the top turret for the Farang is already broken. So it's it's gonna take a little time before Thanatos goes for that mid turret.
As you can see, like how many turrets is he already exposed? Or
Oh,
I
that's
think that's
one,
two.
and the middle is about to get broken.
And they just let Senor Pedro just do his job again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what really went wrong with that one, letting Senor Pedro just do his usual job. It's not, yeah, killing 4 people in mid lane is worth it, but on the other hand, there's the threat in the top lane.
Yeah, and again, Thanatos Esports was all about objectives rather than kills. And
Yeah.
that's what we saw right now. I mean, the Farang has the kills that they wanted. I mean, they were pacing so well in the early game. It just really started to fall down when they started actually going for those ganks.
Yeah.
But I mean, really can't blame them because it's their win condition to
Yeah.
actually finish the game as early as possible. But probably what went wrong to them was more of not being too calculated
Yeah.
on how to go about it.
But on the other hand, let's just let's not talk about like how things turns around. If you noticed the Guamcho earlier, he is really overextending everything
Yeah.
at the early stages to the mid, and like how many times did he did it? I think that was thrice. in
Yeah,
the
and
mid
that
lane.
kind of was one of the reasons that costed really Thanatos Esports to actually have a weak early game because even though they were securing kills, I mean, Gramjo was dying, Megamind was dying. That means his time to actually roam around the map was lessened because he had to die and he has to go back and respawn and roam once again.
Yeah, everything really must taken place, and let's see where's now. I don't have any idea what's
Yeah,
happening
having
still.
some problems there, but right now I'm pretty sure the Black Claw has been taken, Ghosting has been taken. Who we don't know, but I'm pretty sure at this time, 17th minute,
Not really 17th, it's 18th already.
or the 18th.
I just added another minute,
Yeah, Black Claw has been taken down, or it could actually be if our prediction is right and based on the momentum of the game, it probably would have been Thanatos who won the game already.
They already finished the game, but I don't think that's the case now since the game is really back and forth.
Yeah.
They found some spots on Thanatos, especially before everything wrecked now. Thanatos really overextend to destroy the turret, and they're trying to commit now. They're trying to rotate now in the mid lane. So I think they're clearing out everything before they go for a final push, or they're going to the Black Claw.
Yeah, the Black Claw or the Ghost Wing. Or you can actually just go regroup in the middle and actually go for the push.
Yep.
Because I think they have the firepower right now with the heroes that they have.
Or just go with the Ghost Wing. For me, Ghost Wing is really a game changer in this game.
Then again, if it was Thanatos Esports, actually, I mean, that would mean that they just booked their place on the finals. Meanwhile, that also means that the Farang will actually have to settle for the third place match. And if you look at the other bracket, that's Elite 8 versus Vey Victus. I mean, Elite 8 being a Worlds and Vey Victus, if you look at the players that they have, these guys were part of the VG8.
Yeah, they are already experienced. Actually, both of them are experienced. I don't have an idea yet on who won or something, but if I will match these guys up, this will be a really fun and fair game.
Yeah.
Like how they can compete with each other. Both of them competed in VG8, but Elite 8 really stepped up to the to Worlds. they showed us how they do it. They have early access to 5v5, especially how they do it, and how they manage.
Ooh, and we're actually back in the game, and it looks like
What's happening?
what's happening, and you'll see it in a bit there. And right now we're looking at the screen here, and it looks like, as you predicted, Thanatos Esports
They are still hanging on.
has destroyed the mid lane here. Meanwhile, they are gonna capture
Oh, okay. I
this
got
Ghost Swing.
I got the right prediction. They summoned the Black Claw.
The Black that's probably why they took down that middle one so easy. Now they're gonna focus their attention to the bot lane here. And can the Farang hold?
Still, the Farang is just fighting back.
Yeah, there's really no goal difference if you look at it. I mean, both teams are even in terms of items. It's just how the execution. It's really the execution that matters here.
Like 24-26 on the scoreboard. Like, they're just fighting it. Like, you can see Quadra's items. Like, he is like someone who is willing to delete another one.
Meanwhile here, ooh, they're looking for the next wave here. Senior Pedro, oh, they're gonna engage Shoreza here, but too close to the turret here. Meanwhile, they're gonna transfer to the mid.
There's the Wolves.
They're trying to split down the Farang here.
Senor Pedro here almost got to the Oblivion Rain from above. Meanwhile, inside here, there's the Gauntlet. There's no proper follow-up. Another kill for Quadra. Pedro will be exploded inside. Double kill by Joshu, sorry. And Senor Pedro will just ignore everything outside of the box.
Senor Pedro going for that turret, doesn't care about what happens. And that
they will get
Vayne is gonna go down.
GG.
Well played for Thanatos Esports. You really knew the priorities that they had to go for.
And they're just killing each other.
Meanwhile, the Farang kind of fell for that strategy to actually separate them by going to the mid.
So, I think what really happened on that last clash is a proper follow-up on the Gauntlet. Especially Joel is really inside of the Gauntlet at the same time. He can press the red button.
And I think Thanatos just really secured the kills that they needed.
And letting Senor Pedro
do the
dance
job
inside.
Yeah. And right now, Thanatos Esports just secured that slot. I mean,
the
well
finals.
deserved for them. And right now, we are gonna be back.
Yep. And again, this is the Mobile Esports Arena 5v5 Vainglory tournament for the month of February. Again, congratulations to Thanatos Esports. Will be advancing to the finals, and they might get 20,000 pesos as the first prize, 15 at the second, and the third place will be 10,000.
Meanwhile, the Farang here is gonna play the
battle for the third.
So we're gonna see them after a short break as we set up our third place match here.
Alright, so my name is Boy2K, this is Fang. We'll be back for the next game.